This is what it's like to stay at the Abbey Bath Hotel, part of the Tribute Collection in Bath, United Kingdom. I'm Chris. This is the Curious Princess. She's going to be my co-reviewer on this review. We're going to show you around the hotel, show you inside of the 2-bedroom suite. A really nice room, by the way. And then we'll share with you our pros and cons to let you know whether you should consider staying here or not. Princess, are you ready? She was born ready for this. The Abbey Hotel Bath is a 80-room hotel located very centrally in Bath. Actually, it's located just about a 2-minute walk from the main Abbey, the big church here, maybe a 3-minute walk to the Roman bath. So if you're staying here, you'll be very centrally located to all of Bath's tourist attractions. If you're coming in from the train station, it is about an 8-minute walk uphill on cobblestone pavement, so it is walkable. We absolutely walked it, but just know if you've got a lot of luggage, you might be need to take a break halfway through. Now, the building itself is actually, it's expanded over the years. It started with this part over here where it says Abbey Hotel, and our room is actually in number 4, and they've got number 5, and so they've gotten different buildings and added it into the hotel. And so I don't know about the rooms in the main building, but if you're staying in like building number 4, where our room is, it feels a lot like staying in a B&B or an apartment, because I think that that's what they actually used to be before they were added into the hotel. So a really unique experience here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look inside the hotel. As we go into the lobby, really small lobby, just kind of one small check-in desk. Just behind it, there's a bar that also serves some dinner. And then out in front is the breakfast restaurant, where if you're a Marriott Elite member, you can get breakfast included, or you can pay for breakfast party rate, or you can just pay for breakfast as you're here. The breakfast restaurant also doubles as an afternoon tea spot. And I assume if the weather's nice, you could sit out in front of the restaurant, which it wasn't while we were here. It was kind of a drizzly set of days, so nobody was seated out in front of that restaurant. There is no gym, fitness center, or swimming pool. And if you need ice, there's no ice machines, but you can get ice at the hotel bar. There is also no parking. If you want to park, you'll need to park in one of the Bath parking lots, though there is some area to pick up and drop off right in front of the hotel to load and unload your luggage. Now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's check out the inside of one of the rooms. This is room 411, the 2-bedroom suite on the 4th floor? I don't even know if you would call this the 4th floor. It's hard to describe where this is because it's up an elevator and down some stairs, but it's in the new building and it's truly amazing. Everything, like this is an old building, but it's been recently renovated. Everything's new and feels very grand. Like the bed has the posts on it right here. Look up at the chandelier up there. Look how tall the ceilings are. They're like at least 15 feet tall. Big, tall windows, little British desk here over on the side. This is like the sitting part of the room. We've got a sofa, we've got a table, we've got a television. There's even a fireplace. I don't think the fireplace works, but there is a fireplace. Lots of interesting art on the walls. And let's take a look at the view outside of the window. What do we look out on? We look out on a neat part of the town of Bath right there. The Island Club, the Ale House. Lots of people and buzzing life out there, but it's quiet, double pane windows, so we don't hear any noise. Coming back into the room, we have the first closet in this bedroom right here, where we've got 2 robes, an ironing board, and iron. We've got a safe, we've got the Curious Princess, and we've got the Holy Bible over here. We've got the tea set, there's an espresso machine, and then right down here, there is a little mini fridge that you can put your stuff in. Nice. Continuing on into this room, this is the 2nd bedroom in the room. We've got a pretty similar furniture setup in here. We got the 4-post bed, we got the television, we got the fireplace, we have a little yellow chair over on the side to sit in with a small desk over here. The closet is just as you came in, but it looks the same as in the other room. Now here in the echo chamber of a bathroom, echo, echo, echo. This is the princess' favorite part of the room. She walked in here before we did, checked out the whole room, and then she goes, Papa, Papa, you have to see something, you have to see something. You have to see this bathroom. Yeah, right. So like it's got this big soaking tub, like it's got this thing that looks like you should make a telephone call on it or something like that. Squirting you. There's like another fireplace in here. There's a little seating area right here. Well, look at these light switches. These light switches are like these super old school light switches right here. They're not a standard light switch, but like they've done everything well in the whole period that Bath feels like, this Roman town of 2,000 years old. Princess, don't turn off the lights. We're doing a video. We need the lights on. All right, big sink up here. We've got these temple spa accoutrements and the shower. There's a shower in addition to that bath, big walk-in shower right here. It's got a rain head and a handheld. And then we've got the toilet right here that has the old school flusher right here. So the tank's way up here, gravity feeds it down. We flush it by going like this. And then boy, if after you've been on the john, if you're extra tired, there's a chair that you can sit at right here too. And blow your nose. Well, all right, fellow explorers, if you watch our hotel reviews regularly, you'll now know it's time for the Topher review, where we rate hotels on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. Then we share with you the pros and cons to let you know whether it's worth it, whether you should stay here or not. So, Princess, how many Tophers does this hotel get?
4.5 Tophers, 4.5 Tophers, 4.5 Tophers, 4.5 Tophers.
4.5 Tophers. All right, so now let's talk about the pro and the cons of this hotel. So I came outside to do the pros and the cons because I just kind of like the background out here in front of the hotel. A little bit of a drizzly day here in October when we're staying, but that's important for the rates that we're going to talk about when we get there because that tailors the pros and the cons. All right, so the first pro is the location. Super fantastic. Walking distance from the train station, although as I told you, it's a little bit of a longish walk uphill with luggage. Be prepared for that. But once you get here, super great to all the touristy sites, great to the Abbey, great to the Roman baths. You know, you tourist for a few hours, you want to come back to the hotel midday, you want to have a snack, you want to have a rest, you want to use the restroom. Super great location. Our room in particular was fantastically huge. I've not stayed in all the rooms, so I don't know how big they are, but looking at the pictures online, they all look very interestingly Europeanly decorated, so you're not going to just be staying in another boring Marriott, but they really leaned into the kind of historic British vibe in this place. New. The hotel, when it joined the Tribute Collection as part of Marriott, completely remodeled 2 years ago, and if you're in the building we're in, building 4 or building 5, those are all new from like January of this year, so pretty recent, pretty fresh. That all gives it an awesome feel. Another pro is the breakfast. If you're a Marriott Elite member, then you'll get free breakfast in the restaurant. We actually are Marriott Elite members, but it turned out the 2-bedroom suite rate that we booked also included breakfast, so we got double breakfast, which meaning the welcome amenity, we chose points instead of the free breakfast. A con will also be the breakfast, which we'll talk about when we get to the con section. And the final pro is it's really just a unique experience to stay in a place that does feel classically British. We were just in the Hilton Paddington Station Hotel in London, and that is much more just a typical hotel, where this does feel a bit like an old school Bath British apartment. So that was a neat experience to stay in, where they really leaned into it with the bathtub and the bathroom. It's just everything about it felt cute and quaint and not big manufactured brand of a hotel room you've probably stayed in 1,000 times. All right, so now on to the cons. Why did it get 4.5 Tophers and why didn't it get 5 Tophers? So the first con, we'll start with the breakfast just because I just talked about that. Oh, long wait at the breakfast restaurant. Breakfast restaurant is small, so you had to make a reservation to even eat there. And then like when we would get seated, we made an 8:30 reservation. We'd order, by the time we'd get our food, it would be like 9:10. I mean, like 30 minutes to like sit down, order, and get our food. Long time. In 30 minutes for me, I can usually be in and out of breakfast pretty quickly. I think it's small. It's just a small kitchen. It's a small breakfast place. I don't know what you do about that in historic places like this. Other con is you're not going to be taking an elevator direct to your room. I mean, they got an elevator, but it's not going to get right there. We had to go like up, down, over, and around. But I kid you not, like our room, there's no elevator that gets to our room. They had to take an elevator up 2 floors, walk over 3 things, then walk down a flight of stairs to get to the room. There is, though, kind of a cool like secret entrance on the side. Not secret, because they told us, actually the better way to get to your room is, once you've taken your luggage there, is just to go in the special door on the side. You got a door right in from the street into number 4, up 1 flight of stairs, and that gets you to your room, which would have been a much better way to get there in the first place. But if you need like direct access from the ground floor, you know, make sure to ask for a ground floor room, because many of them won't be suitable if you've got challenges going up and down stairs. Certainly the fact there's no fitness center, there's no pool, and there's no parking, those all go against it as well, but those are all things that I don't think you find really any of those in Bath. We also had an interesting experience with the front desk. At one point they called our room in the afternoon of the first day when we were having lunch in our room, and they called and said, when are you leaving? when are you checking out? And I'm like, well, we're here for 3 nights. And they're like, what? Huh? We only have you down as 1 night. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because no, 3 nights. And they're like, oh, we'll call you back in 5 minutes, which they never did. And then I had to go down to the front desk to be like, so, about that call, about checking. They're like, oh, sorry, we figured it out. You know, housekeeping had you checking out today as a room turn, but we looked at the other thing and it said you were gonna be here. By the way, I would think they would do that like ahead of time instead of calling me to be like, are they giving our room away today or what's happening? So I would just appreciate some more checking on, before you call up a guest and tell them that you expect them to check out today, make sure that you really expect them to check out today. Oh, and our room with the 2 bedrooms, one of the rooms a little bit noisy. I wouldn't call it super noisy, like we could still sleep through it most of the time, but in the front bedroom on our first night, around 3:30 in the morning, there were a bunch of kids that were like standing out here in the plaza having a really good time at 3:30 in the morning. I mean, it was only like for 15 minutes, and I know I can't control those people because they're not in the hotel, but you definitely can hear sounds from the rooms that face the street or the sidewalk inside the rooms. From the second interior bedroom, that room was super peaceful sleeping. All right, so now the question of was it worth it? Should you stay here or not? We paid 300 Great British pounds to stay here. October 2nd, 2024, we were here a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. So this is low season, this is midweek, 300 Great British pounds for a room this huge that included breakfast. I think that is a really good deal. So we would absolutely stay here again. The 4.5 tovers accounts for that rate. So if this rate goes up and you're like, Chris, it's a lot more, is it still worth it? The tover count's gonna go down. The more expensive this room costs. But for that rate, we absolutely would stay here again. We think it's a great value, particularly that many Bath hotels rooms are small. And for the 3 of us, many hotels would actually have to get like 2 rooms, or you end up in bigger rooms like this, which do end up costing more money. So we would absolutely stay here again. By the way, if you're coming to Bath, you might enjoy checking out my Bath travel guide right here. And if you're connecting Bath to London, then you might enjoy checking out my London travel series right here. And as usual, fellow explorers, I won't say goodbye because I'm gonna see you in the next video.